Okay, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up the.
You missed a lot, Will. Being your first stream back for the year, man.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
No,
I have them.
I'm jealous of your island.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a video on this, guys. Don't worry. I promise you. I'm gonna make a separate video.
I think I will start covering this next.
But I'm gonna review this show only because it is that kind of show.
Fuck.
I want you. Just look at this. You can already tell where this is gonna go. You got that one random white liberal girl on the right side. This is every fucking white girl called Emily that wants to talk about BLM right here in the corner. But look, I'm gonna play.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm gonna play this. This is gonna make the chat go crazy, guys.
Multiple episodes.
This is
so like the stream. We're at almost 120 likes, guys. You're doing fantastic. Let's play this. Here we go.
This country was built on slavery, which means
oh my God.
Oh no.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Notice how the white girl doesn't talk.
Hold on, I think I found a great clip.
You gotta hear this. It's fucking vile.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I paused it for copyright, but
yeah, but also so we could rest our ears for a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please, thank you.
Wow.
This is literally.
I feel like I'm in that scene from Clockwork Orange.
It's lies about lies. Yeah. No, I beg you. Slaves built this country.
Right.
I feel like I went through a fucking museum. You know, like in the museum, you see like random videos where they play stuff like this. And they always like to say that slaves built this country. But anyway, let's go.
I'm picturing the very end of 1984, and instead of he loved Big Brother, it's slaves built this country.
reparations for their stuff and continue to earn reparations every moment we spend submerged in the systemic prejudice, racism, and white supremacy.
Okay.
Wow.
This will haunt me in my dreams. Thanks so much. It's beautiful.
And again, this is how a lot of white people feel right here.
It's appalling.
I'm sorry, I'm eating because I didn't get to eat all day yet.
Did you see Matt Walsh's reaction to this?
No, I didn't. I didn't see it.
He absolutely murdered it. He was just like demonstrably proving that it was actually a bunch of white people that built that country.
Right. But again,
and then they were the first to abolish slavery. I think. Actually, I think it was Britain. Britain was first, and then it's just literally fueling the fire of the idea that somebody from our generation who's white owes them money, like literally owes them a check for something that somebody else completely unrelated to them in any way, shape, or form did or didn't do, and cannot be proven to have done.
Of course,
and it's also beautiful. Give me my check. It's brainwashing propaganda.
You know what?
They're victims immediately. Like immediately, they've been victimized.
Yeah, and is this for kids or is this like another stupid?
No, it's for kids. It's for kids.
Fuck.
But
it's always for kids.
And you let your kid watch this, you're a bad person.
They want black kids to feel victimized, and they want white kids to feel like oppressors and have white guilt in them immediately right off the bat. Like, you're not even giving kids a chance, bro. Like to even get their own thoughts together, because you're starting them right from the beginning. And just like this little black kid that's in the show, this is the kids who are gonna watch this and say they're gonna grow up and say, "Oh yeah, I know everything that ever happens wrong in their life is gonna be because they believe that the white man is holding them down somehow, some way, still, even to this day." Because again, they're trying to say with this picture right here, still has not atoned for. So they're trying to say white people haven't atoned still for what happened.
And yet, I guarantee you that people who wrote and made this are guilty white liberals who are teaching them to continue their victim mentality.
It's people that look like this.
Yeah,
people that look like this made this fucking show.
Yep.
Oh no, it's so true. And
it's
Hypno,
this
real
little
quick,
elite. You're right.
I want you to show the screen real quick.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish playing this for the chat. Hold on.
Slaves built this country. Not only field hands, but carpenters, masons, blacksmiths, musicians, inventors built cities from Jamestown to New Orleans.
And you say musicians and all these people were slaves?
We'll take the 40 acres, keep the mill. We made your families rich.
I highly doubt any of these.
Wow.
You picture any of these girls living on a farm?
Our current generation, well, not the current generation, but like the newest one, since they're trying to take down all the fucking statues and monuments that remind people that this terrible shit used to exist, I guess they probably won't have any fucking idea what they're talking about in 20 years. We will, but they fucking won't.
That's why they're
But,
taking these statues and monuments down, so people lose their memory, lose their conscience about what happened in the past, and have like a real definition of who the people were and not. If you create ambiguity, right? If you just create that, oh yeah, it was all them, or it was all him, just blame it on people and leave it in that mystery cloud. It's very easy to pick the story that you want to write as a narrative, because who owns history, kind of controls the future.
Yep.
Yeah, but the problem is
who
we're in
controls
an
the
era
present controls the past.
Yeah,
Like the commenter says, this is none of these kids went through slavery. None of these kids' parents went through slavery. Probably at this point, none of these kids, even grandparents, probably went through slavery. Depending
real
on
quick,
when they were born.
She's holding this sign that says New England ship owners. I remember a movie coming out a long time ago called Woman King. That was about a story that, if you looked into the real story, it was about the New England going there to stop the Black Africans from continuing the slave trade. That's the real story of what happened.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, well, if you get in that topic, I mean, historically, you have to be very careful. But there's just overwhelming evidence, right, on this planet. Every fucking country on this planet. First of all, slavery has nothing to do with racism, right?
Yeah.
Because people, the first frame they want to put you on, if you want to support one of these narratives, you're a racist, right? Because slavery is based on racism. Well, it's not. Everybody had slave trades in the past, and usually it was also paid for, whether it was Romans or Chinese or Africans.
Yeah, it was a business.
Arabic people,
business.
right?
Unfortunate reality.
Right, it was a legitimate business, and some
legal
most
business
of the,
at the time,
it was
too.
a legal business, and most of these people had some sort of intent to do servitude contracts. They were getting lands or payment after. Not everybody, and of course there were some severe mistreatments, and of course there was gruesome and everything. But we're talking about taking that out of context completely, just to spike up tendencies in a child, so he would feel in a certain way about certain issues and certain topics right out of the bed, right from the start of his life, being already like kind of pushed into a certain direction, to have a certain tendency to react to certain stereotypes and messages. And so you get triggered populations and generations, instead of informing them and giving them a clear context of when things happen. Because history
they don't want a clear context. They don't want that, because
not.
if they want the clear context, they would admit that there was a lot of black rich slave owners, which they don't want to.
Of course,
they don't want to talk about that.
Oh yeah,
they were supplied. They were supplied
absolutely.
to the Francis Drake's people and that by the natives, the locals who were rich and powerful and already had slaves there. So
we had black Spanish kings. Charles the First was a black Spanish king. The Huguenots were Moorish people as well, and there were black royalties everywhere, even in Africa, North Africa.
And the Ottomans used to have white slaves too. Literally, they were the most for the Ottoman Empire. They were the most expensive ones. Yeah,
and
no, really.
Slaves were usually workers. They would have, they attribute land to those people. And if you think about the fucking Flavians, if somebody does his research, right? The Flavians were slaves. No, I can't.
It's coming out. It's coming out.
This
no, it's coming out.
It's just not well researched, and it's absolutely just pushing people into a certain direction instead of really telling the story.
Yeah,
right. They don't want to.
They built the Colosseum. The Flavians constructed, the Roman Empire.
The information is out there.
Right.
Every single era throughout human history.
They had all access to all privileges. Nero actually thought that the Flavians and the slaves would be way more loyal to the Roman Empire. He cherished it even more than his own bloodline. He actually cut off his bloodline to favor the slaves. So what the fuck are we talking about?
Shout out Rachel Jacob, by the way, for becoming a YouTube member. Thank you. Real quick. Shout out. Thank you so much, Rachel Jacob. I appreciate you.
But if you look at human history, look at all human history for about the last 20,000 years, there have been slaves in every single area of the world, in every single era of humanity until it was abolished when it was.
The Abyssinians,
and yet they just talk about this one.
Right.
A thing that I always like to tell people is my ancestors were Icelandic. So I'm like, you can't blame me for slavery in America because my ancestors were diverse and inclusive. We took slaves of all backgrounds.
Yeah.
Well, also,
We didn't-
too,
That is a good
It didn't
point.
matter what your race color was.
It's
Hey,
We
beautiful.
took you as a
fuck,
slave. It
dude.
didn't
This
matter what the
way-
fuck color you were.
you got to look at who's telling the story too, because you mentioned Will that they're only talking about this one time, right?
Yeah, there's
You got to
one
think
period
about
in time, yeah.
about who's talking about this one period. I would guarantee it's more white people talking about this than black people.
Of course it is.
Because they
Yeah, of
finally
course.
they figured out the same people that enjoyed having these people as slaves are the same people that are like, oh, this is how we're going to keep them mentally enslaved.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is
that
how
is
we're gonna do it.
exactly what it
So,
is.
Absolutely.
They're the ones
spot
who are
on.
talking about this. They're the ones who are making shows like this. They're the ones who want
Right.
young black kids to be victimized. They're the ones who
Think of
want
the audience it's aimed for. It's aimed at liberal parents.
right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
they
So
are
they
the
ha-
ones doing this.
But I can see this in my workplace as well. I mean, they just need a narrative. They just want to feel comfortable in their little numb bubble and play their whatever games and just, have a narrative for everything, feeling guilty for something, paying taxes for the environment and thinking it's all right because we can pay off everything. Oh yeah, let's help these people, let's help them, let's get them in, let's pay everybody. So we're washing our clothes and everything is beautifully white and flawless afterwards. This is what they think. So that's why they support these programs, or that's why they elect, those industry leaders that will produce such garbage, because they think with that they can just pay off their bad conscience that was false in the first place anyways, because it got there
So
from
they're
the system.
acting
So
like-
it's just a vicious cycle. They're just
Let me
caught
call
in
out
this
They're
the
trap.
super
acting
chat
like
real quick,
Pontius
guys. Hold on.
Pilate is what you.
Mhm.
Swing Out Museum, $5. Man, Swing Out, you're killing it this stream, dude. I don't know.
I love Swing Out
says-
Museum, man. It sounds good.
By Disney pushing this victim mentality, have the so-called victims focusing on handouts instead of self-sufficiency and improvement, which I agree with 100%. That's exactly what I'm talking about. If you keep people in a victim mindset, they're never going to progress out of it. That's the whole point.
And they will always need a new narrative. So there will be always parasites to the new narrative, and they're waiting for it, right? So
And there's
it's
always
great.
someone else why they couldn't do something. Like they couldn't achieve something because of this other person. It has nothing to do with them.
Of course,
or
you
the
can
effort they put
always
into
blame
it.
it on someone, right?
That's it.
Let's see what these intelligent girls have to say. Let's finish this up.
To the New England ship owner, the founding fathers.
Also, by the way, you guys notice how the white girl's saying nothing?
Yeah.
Like they're purposely keeping
I
her
thought
shut.
she didn't even have a mouth at first.
No, she's just not allowed to speak.
Wow.
They're trying to pass that message off that white people should not speak over black people. That's essentially what they're trying to pass off.
Senators,
The Illuminati, the New World Order,
slaves built this country. We had Tubman, Turner.
Frederick D.
Didn't they say Lincoln freed the slaves?
But slaves were men.
And women, and only we can free ourselves.
What?
So apparently, the Emancipation Proclamation was never a thing.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just never a thing. Lincoln
Okay.
didn't.
No,
Lincoln
not
didn't free
historical
the
fact
slaves.
at all.
No, not at all. They
No,
freed
no,
themselves.
No fucking documentation.
There was an uprising. They freed themselves. That's what they.
Yeah.
Fuck these
Abraham
people, bro.
Abraham Lincoln
If-
wrote the Emancipation and was getting
confusing
it started, and
if
the slaves
that
came up
happened.
and said, "Fuck you, burn that paper. We're gonna do this ourselves."
And if that actually had
you,
happened,
Bill,
if
we
there
gonna do
actually
this.
was an uprising, if there was actually a rebellion and that's how it really happened, then why are we still talking about it now? They've already succeeded.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
So you
Because
won
they
your
really
revolution,
wanted it
so
to be
what
like
do you-
Spartacus.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
bullshit. It's totally
Yeah, they really
bullshit.
did. Let's see what
Yes.
else they got to say.
Emancipation is not freedom. Jim Crow segregation,
Wait, did that say stop killing black? Well, I fucking hate.
redlining public schools, feeding private prisons, where we become slaves again. As we celebrate Juneteenth for the umpteenth time, our account is still
Oh my
outstanding.
God.
I like how they're all mad. There's no like trying to,
Oh, pissed off.
educate and with
Oh, man.
positivity.
Why are you doing this
Well,
to
because
us?
they want to make sure that they go with the whole resting bitch face trope. That's,
Yeah.
that's basically what they want.
You can keep the mule.
Keep the 40.
We're taking our freedom.
You have freedom. You,
You have
dumb
freedom.
fucking
Look
bitch.
at
You
what
have
you
the
are
freedom
doing
to be
now.
able to do
This
this.
is
You have
literally
the freedom to
the
write this
definition
fucking
of
What are you
scene.
freedom.
talking about?
This is freedom. You're
you
standing
guys-
on a stage and
What do they think
declaring
freedom is?
blatantly stupid things that are not completely true. This
And
is
no one
freedom,
is
and
stopping
nobody
you.
stops you. Nobody stops you.
That
You
reminds.
can do
This
that.
reminds me.
This is freedom. Thank you.
Yeah,
That
Dragon
reminds
Slayer.
me of that fucking.
Perfect. Okay, we're now at this. Yes, here's our everyone. Just know our expression
Do
right
it.
now.
Do it! Come on, kill me! I'm here! Come on, do it now! Kill me!
That's literally it. That's how we all feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, because after Velma,
what
now
it's
we're
about.
gonna have to deal with Proud Family.
I didn't know that was a show. God damn it! Like I feel.
No, it's a real
compelled
show,
to
man.
go
Oh
through
god.
this.
Yeah.
It's a
I
real
hate
show.
I hate fucking woke shit. sometimes.
This looks like
I hate it all
not
the
woke
time.
shit. This looks like straight up
Well, no, this is
propaganda.
more
from a
hate.
Yeah, this
fascist
isn't woke.
company.
This is way
Mhm.
past.
Yeah,
woke.
this is
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
air-
thank
This
you.
is
This is
Thank you
like
for clarifying.
dropping the propaganda flyers over the town.
This is like
This is
incitement
like
of civil
fucking
war. You know?
Satan
It-
sat it out
yeah.
and
Right.
threw it away
It
because it
is,
was
in a
too
way.
toxic even for him.
I want
Like,
to talk
no,
about
this-
inciting violence. Fuck.
But again, with Velma, with Velma, it was it definitely wasn't subtle with Velma, but at least like they tried to hide it within the world of the show. This is literally I feel like I just watched someone who's in front of like some building protesting white people, and they just made this whole fucking speech. I feel like I literally just watched that, except now it's through a cartoon.
Dude, I bet you in that show, those kids are gonna burn down a Starbucks.
Oh, for sure, they're gonna loot a TV and they're gonna claim it's for racism.
Right.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.